Now we review The Penguin, Episode 1, After Hours. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Richard. This is Random Street Theater, and on request, I am reviewing The Penguin, Episode 1, After Hours. This is the spin-off to the movie The Batman, where, of course, we had a Batman that was not very Batman. Made sense. And now we have a penguin that is not very penguin. Anyway, for every 1,000 subscribers I do purchase one of these bracelets from 4Ocean. 4Ocean pulls a pound of trash out of the ocean every time I do that. I am giving the entire world an opportunity to do something to save the environment for free. I suggest you take that opportunity. Anyway, there's a fly in here. So, in The Batman, the movie ended with a dike breaking and Gotham being flooded, there being huge amounts of damage, and we pick up about a week after that. The head of the Falcone family is dead. Penguin is raiding his stash, and his son shows up and disrespects Penguin, and Penguin, being a proper mafioso, kills the fart before he kills him, right? This is all in the first 5 minutes of the show. The rest of this is kind of him dealing with the aftermath of that and posturing and a look at the crime world of Gotham, all right? Now, the thing that's interesting about this is, as I said, it's a penguin who is definitely not the Penguin. The Penguin in the past has been a character who was deformed, but for one thing, Cobblepot is an English name, right? This guy looks like he's some kind of Italian. All right? And his name is not Oswald Cobblepot, it's Oswald Cobb. So Mr. Oz there, he's the Penguin, I guess, because he's a bulky dude who waddles when he walks because of an injury or a deformity of some kind. And he grew up poor. He's now a much more sympathetic character as opposed to the Penguin from previous iterations, who was a monocle-wearing, top hat having, born aristocrat who, was harder to relate to. I'm not sure how I feel about them making villains into heroes, because in the end, I don't think Penguin should really be a hero. I mean, he's a bad person. He's supposed to be a bad person. He does bad things. But this is one of those things that is kind of in keeping with these kinds of media that's coming out for DC, is large changes to character. The first time the Joker had a name was ever given a real person name was in the Batman movie, where he was named Jack Napier. And then, in the modern iteration, there's Arthur Fleck. And, there's a certain comic book element where there's 3 Jokers. But of course, we've not seen the Joker in this because the Batman is still pretty new, and I guess the Batman has to make the Joker. So, I don't know if that story fits into this story in any way, shape, or form, but that's kind of a side point. Anyway, one of the things we get to meet a number of characters. We see that in this iteration, Cobb's mother is alive, and she's suffering from dementia. He recruits a right-hand man in this episode, and you basically see that he is deeply entrenched in the mafia and the drug trade, and he is very ambitious, always buying for power. In fact, there's a scene early on where, Falcone's son is saying, Yeah, my dad knew you was skimming off the top, but you never skimmed too much. You never skimmed enough so that he would notice or so that he would care. But he knew about it, and he knew it kept you loyal. Yeah. Interestingly about this is that this is extremely well done for the budget. A lot of the exposition takes place, two people talking, tight environments, not a lot of crowd shots. There's not a lot of extras necessary for this particular thing. There's a lot, it's just two guys in a car talking, telling people what's going on. Two guys on a dock. Very economical in the way this is shot, and these tight, close shots and the darkness is actually very telling. This is Gotham. It is the gritty, dark Gotham that we all know and love. There is a scene here where you see a burnt out subway train. Okay? This place is in bad shape. It's a crumbling nightmare of a city populated by people who are struggling to survive and who will do anything. And then you have your sort of narrator to this. Your link to this world is Oswald Cobb, who is a crippled man coming from a low bore environment, and he's a fighter, and we can all kind of relate to that. The only thing that really reminds me of the DC Comics, however, is the fact that, this show is called Penguin. I don't think they ever refer to him as Penguin in this show. Maybe that happened in the movie, I don't really recall. But I mean, this was one of those, this is a highly regarded show, and I am happy to report to you that it should be highly regarded. This is very much character driven. It is put together with strong characters that stand out, that grab you and make you want to know more about them. You've got the primary villain of this piece is a person called the Hangman, and, well, she's crazy. You've got Oz himself, who is a distinctive, very layered character, and even his mother, abusive but still well loved. Gotta love that. The right-hand man character, he needs to be expanded on. He's intentionally left a mystery. It's you know that his home was destroyed in the flood, is one of the things you take away. So you don't know if he lost family. It's never brought up. He's scared. He's fighting to survive like normal people. But exactly who he is and where he comes from are not things that are fleshed out in this episode. So yeah, look, if you have Peacock, this is a great show to watch. If you have cable, which I don't, this is a great show to watch. I don't know when I'm going to get to episode 2 because I am relying on people that have a subscription, but I will get to it as soon as possible. And yes, this belongs high on the watch list. The Penguin appears to be an excellent show, and this episode really, really builds the tension. Anyway, that's just my opinion. I'd love to hear yours down in the comments below. I'm Richard.
Greetings, humans! Your old pal Randall here again, reminding you to comment, like, and subscribe. You see, I got my bracelets from Ferocian, and I got another medal from the Conqueror. Yeah, look at that, see? See? That's got an Easter Island head on it. Because if you can't afford to go to Easter Island, you can go and walk Easter Island virtually by going to the Conqueror. You could not screw up the environment by traveling to Easter Island. You could just get this, plant 5 trees, and then walk on your own and learn about Easter Island, because I send you postcards. And if you comment, like, and subscribe, you can help the guy that owns this channel buy things like this so he can plant trees, and buy bracelets like this from Ferocian so he can pull trash out of the ocean and make a better world for you. And it isn't going to cost you anything. So don't you have something to say? I mean, shouldn't you in the comments down below say how grateful you are that this man has planted so many trees and pulled so much trash out of the ocean and did all those good things for you? No? Ungrateful human? I should eat your face!